Again, just to reiterate, this is just my personal journey towards my plastic surgery procedure, which I'll be having done in about 2 weeks. I'll be having a tummy tuck with some liposuction as well. At some point, you will see what I'm talking about. I'm not going to show it just yet, but you will see what I'm talking about because I will show you the before, during, and after photos of my stomach. But what I wanted you guys to see today was just some of the things that I've compiled from me being a physician and knowing some of the things that you would need for healing, and also post-op, and then also some of the things that my surgeon told me I should start gathering at home, just to have in case. So just to go through some of the things, I had my pre-op already. He gave me my prescription, so the day of the surgery, I have to actually bring my prescriptions with me. So I have to make sure that day I carry with me my pain medication as well as my antibiotics. So these are 2 things that I'm going to bring that day. And then this is just my surgical folder, so I'll keep that with me. And this way I can kind of keep going through it and know some of the things that I need to do just close to the date of my procedure, because that night before the procedure, he wants me to only eat very light foods like salads, lots of clear liquids, nothing too heavy like meat, because you'll have some distension that day, and then also it may be a little bit uncomfortable, during the surgery, like big and bloating the day of the procedure, because again, he's going to have to kind of go in, repair the muscles, because that's what he's going to go ahead and do. He's going to lift my skin up. He's going to go in, suck around the sides here of my breast, take away some of that fat that's up in there, lift the skin, go in, repair my muscles, because of the multiple pregnancies I've had. My muscles are separated, so he's going to bring them back together by stitching them up together, and then at that point he's going to go ahead and cut away some of this excess skin and bring it all the way down to my waist and kind of sew it back to my waist. So he's going to provide, I'm going to have drainage tubes in. His procedure is he'll have one on both sides of my waist, and these drainage tubes will help suck any residual fluid. Now, when you say why fluid, what happens is he's going to do a surgical procedure, which is invasive. Basically, he's going in and doing work underneath my skin. And what's going to happen is your body just technically notes that something is going on. I need to repair myself. And with that, it'll start forming fluids. So that fluid will accumulate, and what's going to happen is those drainage tubes will catch all that fluid. So I'm going to have those drainage tubes in place for some time, draining out some of that excess fluid. But again, just to go back, this is some of the stuff that I just kind of started collecting. I still have some more stuff that's coming in, but I just wanted to kind of show you some of the things that I have right now. So again, he's going to have the drainage tubes in. The day of the procedure, he's going to provide me with a corset. So I'm going to wear that corset for some time, just to help hold in my stomach, just simply because he did a procedure and you want to kind of make sure everything is sturdy and bandaged properly and in place. So he's going to provide me with a corset, but he said that I can also purchase one for a later date. So I got a great waist trainer that he advised. I got this one off of Amazon.com, and I'll provide some links below where you can see where I got this from. So this is one that I can use later on. I also got some great firming butter. This is really good because it has shea butter in it. It has vitamin E and also collagen. Now, let me go back a little bit. So the day of the procedure and the day before the procedure, because he's going to do an invasive procedure and actually cut me open, you want to make sure your skin is clean. So what's advised is to use Dial soap. Now, Dial is an antibacterial soap, which is great, and it's advised a lot to use prior to any kind of surgery. And he wants me to use that the day before and the morning of the procedure. So I'll be washing with that. I have that in another bag. So I'll be washing with the Dial soap. I'm not going to use this right away because I'll have bandages in place. But once the healing process starts, I'll be using this, which is the firming butter. from Palmer's, which is great. Even if you didn't have a surgical procedure, it's great for stretch marks. It's great for tightening skin. It's great for when you have old scars and marks that you want to try and see if you can help fade it away. This is really great. Another thing that I have in here, but I use this on a regular basis, is the bio oil. This is really great, again, for skin marks, stretch marks, old scars. It's great to help heal the skin. Another thing that I have is another Palmer's product, which is the Skin Therapy Oil. This is also amazing. I've used this previously on stretch marks, on my thighs and on the back of my legs. And within, I want to say maybe 3 to 4 months of using this, you can definitely start seeing results, significant results. So this is great. Then I also got the Mederma PM. Now, what I saw in a lot of blogs was in regards to the silicone skin scar away. And when I brought that up with my surgeon, he said the skin silicone is good, but he would recommend this one just simply because initially within 2 weeks of the surgery, he would advise to use the Mederma at night because this will help with the elasticity in the skin to really promote that healing. He says if later on, maybe 6 weeks out, I start noticing that I have a little bit of an elevation where the scar is, then at that point I can consider using the silicone strips to help with the skin, the scar healing. I also got some aloe vera. Aloe vera is amazing for helping to heal scars, stretch marks. It's great just in general for skin, hair. It's a really great product to use. Then I also picked up vitamin E oil. This is also good in helping to promote skin healing. Now you wonder, well, when am I going to put all this stuff on? So what happens after removing the bandage, he states that you have to start massaging your stomach regularly, like 2-3 times a day. So within 2-3 times a day, you have to continuously massage your stomach once the bandages are removed and you're able to have access to the scar. So his regimen, what he said to do would be to mix this with a little bit of the vitamin E at night. So that would be one treatment. And then 2 times during the day, I can switch around between mixing the bio oil with the Palmer's or the bio oil with the Palmer's firming. So bio oil with the skin therapy, bio oil with the firming butter. So, you know, one of the two. And then he was like, however I want to add this into the mix, I can. He was like, but that's the regimen he would want me to do. And also a good thing with my surgeon is he's Caucasian, but he's familiar with working with African Americans. So you have some surgeons that are out there when I was doing my research and I would go for these consultations that have never performed surgery on an African American. So wasn't familiar with keloid skin or you know, the types of blemishes that we have, those type of things. So I felt so comfortable with this surgeon because he's done multiple surgical procedures on African Americans and he's very familiar with our skin type. So, and this, like I said, this was his regimen of products for me to use right after the surgery. And then also what I got are lots of bed pads. So again, after the procedure, you're going to have drainage tubes coming from you and bandages. So these type of things fill up with blood, fill up with drainage, and if you're going to be sleeping on your bed or sleeping on a recliner, which he advised, you might want to put some of these under. So I got a lot of these. I got some gloves. I also have some non-adhesive bandages in case I need to apply any to the area, with some gauze. Just to go back to this whole sleeping procedure, he recommends, because of the fact of having staples and also sutures after he does the procedure, that you're going to be in a slumped down position. So I'm a tummy sleeper, so he recommends that I cannot sleep on my stomach, which is going to be a bummer because I don't know how else to sleep. He wants me to sleep either in a recliner, kind of folded, cocked up and folded, or I can sleep in my bed with head down and legs up, or head up and legs down, but you cannot sleep straight out. So we'll see how that will work out. But again, I just wanted to kind of show you some of the things that I have so far that he has personally recommended for me. Again, when you speak to your surgeon, you make sure you have that list of things of questions that you want to ask him or her. And you know, for me, on my list it was, you know, okay, what do I need to start getting to keep in my home, you know, to start with the healing process. And so far I've been just gathering stuff just to kind of keep and have on reserve. So again, like I said, I'll try and put as much information as I can on the list below, and I'll talk to you next time.